Okay, guys, just killing some time until Classic WoW launches on Monday. I thought I'd play a Mage. I haven't played a Mage in a long time, just for fun. And this is on the Burning Crusade server since the Light Soap server has gone down. One second while I grab my soda, set up a few things. Ugh, auto run. Okay, where is... I'm looking for just auto run. Target run walk. Target auto run. Sit, sheet weapon. Okay, that should just about do it. This is Burning Crusades. It's a little different. I don't have very many really add-ons installed. I have a few. You can see my mouse is kind of jumping around. Let's go to interface, mouse. Let's move this down a little bit. And I ran right past the quest guard. Are level 3 already, so you level a lot faster in Burning Crusade. Hold on one second. For some reason my phone's acting really weird. I'm not sure what's going on with it. That's what it was. I actually had the video as... Anyways, we're back. And we're leveling a mage a little bit today until my girlfriend kicks me out of the office, which sounds like it's going to be pretty soon. Because I can hear her kind of yelling at the cats, which means she's... she gets restless. I don't want to keep saying you cannot whisper. I'm not trying to whisper. See how it says that? I'm casting a spell, and yet I keep saying you cannot whisper until level 10. Well, I'm not trying to whisper. Is there some other... Here, it's this F key. I don't know what key bindings. Where's F? F, for some reason, is trying to do something. Yeah, there's nothing on F, so I don't really understand. Unless this is letting me bind F multiple times, but I don't think Burning Crusade did that. So that's very odd. It's fine. Generally, one of the things I kind of like to do is almost unbind everything. I just don't like... I like to be able to set all the keybinds the way I want them. Some of the default ones are okay, but a lot of them are not. Unbind this. We don't want that. Previous to, we definitely don't want these shift changing action bars because that totally will screw up the middle of a PvP fight or something. The rest of this looks alright. I don't like the health bar is really not visible when the mob gets low on health. See that? See the bar here on X-Pro? Watch this. Like, it's very visible. Once it starts to get pretty low, it becomes very faded, and I don't like that. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. I don't remember it doing that on vanilla. I mean, on a vanilla server. Let me kill this guy real quick. We'll see if we can fix it. Jesus, I'm level 4 already. Maximum frame scale, transparency, transparent border, class color, original health bar colors. I don't see anything. Gradient start, gradient end. Let's. Well, I like the gradients. Unit reactions, border, transparency. Let's try global. Where's is there like fading health bars? That's what we want to get rid of. Fading bars. Change the speed of the fading. Let's try this and see if it does anything. No, it's looks like it's fading even sooner. If that's possible. I don't want fading, I'll just turn it off. Background bar texture. Enables status bar background to use same text as the foreground. Rangefinder should show that when I target enemies too far away. Although it doesn't seem to be working. These are some things I really should figure out. You really want to figure these things out before you get into Classic WoW, because once you get Classic WoW, we don't have time to really mess around with this stuff too much. You know, in the downtime when you're done leveling, maybe you can spend a few minutes on it. See how his health bar fades. I just don't like that. Oh well, what can you do? I love though that in Burning Crusade I have recount, which is really useful actually. The other thing that's interesting is if I put my drink here and I start drinking it, it doesn't really feel like my mana is regenerating that fast. Like that much faster than it was. I mean, it's still pretty slow. It's only restoring 8 mana per second. Wow, it's just such bad water. We're Mage. Maybe we'll make our own. But yeah, you can see the mana is definitely an issue early on for the Mage. You know, you can't just cast nonstop. Cast about 5 fireballs. I'm pretty much out of mana. Well, it takes 30 mana. I only have 243, so that's not very good. Oh, so once Classic starts on Monday, I will be streaming pretty much everything. Like, I'm going to try to stream almost all of my gameplay, so it should be interesting. Already level 5. And we still need the red burlap bandana, which I'm assuming is going to be on the other side, since none of these guys are giving them to me. And I couldn't, what the funny part was, I couldn't find where the mage trainers were. I was like looking everywhere around here, I could not find the mage trainers, so. Oh well. But it really would be nice if I could find a mage trainer. Maybe if I follow this mage, right? Let's follow this mage. Oh, that's not a mage, it's a warlock. The mage trainer has to be in here. Let's take another peek, but I have not been able to find him. He's not here. You've got the librarian. If you go up here, there's no mage trainer. Wait, there is another hallway up there, another room. I didn't see that before, so. Parkour! Maybe he's over here. There he is. There's the mage trainer. Sweet. Okay, oh, and conjure water. Arcane intellect. Frost punch. Now we're getting into, we're making some headway here. Okay, we got conjure water, which is fine. And we've got frostbolt. Now frostbolt should take less mana. Yeah, see, only 25 mana. So that's good. Got arcane intellect. And of course we have conjure water. You can put here. And let's see what gear we can buy here. We got a cloth, right? So let's sell some stuff here. And we've got a whopping 1.12 silver. Let's buy that. And that. And now we have no money. But we can also sell this and this. And so now we look like, you know, just like a little peasant. That's what I should name. You know what? That's a good name. That's a good name. I never thought about that. Just naming one of my characters Peasant. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to name like one of my characters like Lonely Peasant or Peasant something or other. Didn't I just buy some boots? See, these are 7. They're both the same, yeah. Peasant. Or farmer, I don't know. I'm sure somebody's named their character Peasant in a while before, many times. Okay, what else do we have? Investigate Echo Ridge. Okay, that's back over the other side. They're evading him. Look at that. Maybe it's because I'm in the water. That was weird. Let's work on my staff skill. I'm not exactly Gandalf. I don't know why he keeps trying to say you cannot whisper. You notice how like when a mob dies? Maybe it's when I'm looting him? I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand why it's saying that. try and... damn it, I didn't want to loot that guy. Let's try, fucking A. Let's try kiting this guy a little bit if we can. Get a little bit of distance between me and him. Okay. I don't know. It's not. See, you cannot whisper. Why? I'm trying to figure out why it's doing that. I'm hitting all my keys. It's almost like when I loot somebody, it says it. Okay, I didn't say it there. I mean, like every key that I've been hitting up until now, and it's not saying it. Whatever. Let's toss in a frostbolt, and then a fireball, and then a frostbolt. You cannot whisper. Why is it saying that? Oh, that is just too strange. Yeah, that one got lost interest, which is fine. So this server is very, doesn't seem very busy. I don't see anybody in the starting areas, which is fine. I should have done Frostbolt first. You cannot whisper until level 10. Not trying to whisper, buddy. Jeez. It's blue. Wait, it's like mood ring. It's a little strange. Don't remember it as a mood ring before. Alright, you want some of me too? Well, resisting isn't really a good thing. The frost armor really helps quite a bit. And, oh, look, you cannot whisper. I have no idea why it's saying that. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Error, text, combat, text. Display the errors, no. Gear tips, no. No, I don't see it. See me dodge that like a pro? I'm like, whoa, you're not gonna hit me. Say it isn't so. So I was watching a video by Punkrat on Paladins. It was pretty funny. Should you play a Paladin in Classic World of Warcraft? And he kind of, he said he doesn't really play Paladins. You could tell he doesn't have a real good, I say he doesn't have a real good opinion of Paladins, but he kind of has like no opinion. He's like, I don't know. But in his estimation, he did a lot of research, and he's like, you can play Rat, you can play Holy. Of course, he didn't really mention Prot. Prot's like the ghetto spec, right? So, you cannot whisper until you become level 10. Why am I? And maybe, you know what? Maybe it is. is other people trying to whisper me. That must be what it is. But it seems to happen when I'm looting, which is what's freaking me out. Watch, like when I go to loot. Yeah, I'm totally going to be running a build in Classic that nobody runs. Really, very few people will be leveling the way I'm leveling. So, and if you want to level fast, I wouldn't recommend leveling the way I'm going to level. There, you cannot whisper. Let's wait till this disappears and see what happens when I loot this mob. Okay, that time it didn't do it. No idea. No idea. Objective complete. Yeah, we're just biding time till Classic. Leveling a little, leveling a mage on this server is called, what is this server called? This is called Warmain. This is Burning Crusade Warmain server. This is the Burning Crusade Warmain server, I guess I should say. And of course we got Millie. We need a vendor again because we have no bags. There's no bags. You have no bags. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell. Well, actually, if we sell this two-handed sword, which we will, give us a little bit of money. We really don't need. This is the refreshing spring water. We really don't need the refreshing spring water because we can just craft water. So now we have quite a bit more money, and this is a little better than what I have. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And let's equip that. Now let's go find Zambile. Mille. Quests have no objective. Yeah, it does have an objective. Go talk to Millie. That's the objective. That is the objective. So yeah, when Classic comes out, I'll be leveling the Paladin with the protection build. It's going to be a slow, kind of a slow leveling build, but we're gonna do it. And then I already created a undead priest on Fairlina in case I want to do a little PvP there. But we're going to be playing on Westfall. It's funny, nobody really I mean, I'm not going to say I'm the only one who levels the way I do because it's not really a build I would recommend, but there aren't a lot of people who really level the Paladin the way I level the Paladin. I have seen some guides come online in the past few years that look very similar to the way I play, and you never know because when you start putting up a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of other people will watch your videos and and take what they can from them, then they'll level that way, and then they'll put up a video saying, hey, this is how you level, and most of my information for how I leveled, well, not most of it, but some of it came from a guide called, Protection Paladin AoE leveling guide and tanking guide. It was called it was the tanking guide actually, but through 3 years of playing Protection Paladin, just kind of played around with it and got feedback from a lot of other people, in the comments of my streams, and kind of came up with what I like to do, which is not what I would say other people really should do. I mean, you can if you want, but I kind of came up with how I like to play, the build I like to use, and that's what you're going to see me level in Classic, because really the cute faith build, I guess, or the caffeine injected take on Protection Paladin leveling. The one concern I have is we were on the server Pagel, right? We wanted to be on Pagel. That seemed like I didn't want to be on Pagel. I think the server names were just really bad, right? Come on, die. There we go. Certainly is really bad, but I didn't want to be on Mancrick because it's just kind of hard to say and hard to spell. I was like, I don't tell me, hey, come to Mancrick. I'd rather say just come to Pagel. It's easier to say. I'm kind of funny that way. So, hey, you could out whisper. I don't know why you're trying to whisper. But now Pagel's full, and Blizzard has announced they're going to release some new servers on Monday. And one of them is Westfall. And that's a good name for a server, Westfall. I mean, should I spend a ton of time in Westfall? I can tell you that. And let's go ahead and get these other things that we need. And so we decided, me and the other guild members have decided to go ahead and as soon as the server comes up on, I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, that we're going to create our characters there. I really should probably hit my trainer again. So, what level did I have my trainer? I think I leveled my trainer at 6, though. It probably isn't anything else he can teach me. But yeah, hopefully Westfall will get enough people in it that it's not dead, though. I mean, they're not opening it until Monday. Like, literally, 5 hours before all the servers go live and everybody starts the leveling craze, the leveling bonanza. So hopefully hopefully it'll get some people, but not too many, obviously. We're trying to avoid queues. Blizzard has since, or at least several people I've seen online have said that if the population is even medium, that there'll be a queue. There'll be a login queue. So even when you're only at a medium population, the server's gonna have so many people trying to play that Blizzard has put a queue on it. So the people that are going to servers that are full or they're really, really full, they're gonna have queues, like long queues just to get in. And I'm trying to avoid that. Yeah, me and my guild are trying to avoid that. That's why we're going to Westfall. So I'm already level 7 and I haven't even left the starter area. So this is a big difference, a big departure from vanilla World of Warcraft or classic World of Warcraft, where at this point I probably would only be about level 3 or 4. So we're definitely leveling much, much faster, which in a way is good because I kind of want to get to it'd be nice to get to the BC content, but of course that's a long ways away. And that's all the way to level 60. I'm not sure what you can start. It's been so long since I played Burning Crusade, like super long. So I'm not sure at what level I can actually start doing the Burning Crusade content. I don't know if you have to be 60 or if it's something you can do at 55. I really don't remember. Look at that big smack with the staff. They keep saying you cannot whisper until level 10. Why are you even trying to whisper? It's got to be some sort of gold farmers or something that are whispering me. We'll find out once we get to level 10 and see what's going on. Until then, I'll just shut up about it because I keep saying that. Oh my god, I can't whisper. I love Quartz Casting Bar. I wish I could. I have to see if I can find Quartz Casting Bar for the WoW Classic. I'll do that today. And just see if it works. It's so easy to use and set up, you know. You cannot whisper. The leveling feels like I'm already 7. I'm almost 8. So hopefully when I leave this area and head to Goldshire, I think I'm around level 5. So we're going to be at least 3 levels ahead of the normal. Oh, we're out of mana. Out of mana. Look at how little damage I'm taking. It's ridiculous. And there it is, level 8. Crazy. Leveling a mage, Frost Mage, on Burning Crusade Warmain server is what we're doing right now today, guys. And we're just killing time until Classic launches on Monday, August 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and apparently I wanted to kill the deer. I did not even try to kill that deer, but it just happened anyway. And I'm carrying around a severed head. Something all mages do. So we can jump on the gravestone. Parkour! No, I go right through it, unfortunately. Always gets, come on. She always gets stuck on that ledge there, which is so weird. I've never seen that before. That must be a server thing here, because that does not happen on the vanilla server I was playing on. Wow, and now we're level 9. Let's go ahead and hit this mage trainer just in case there isn't one in Goldshire, because I have no idea. I think there probably is one, but I just did it anyway. What's up, Grumpy? So far, I like the Mage. You know, the Mage, I've always enjoyed the Mage class. You know, I always think it's a fun class. It's a little slow in the beginning, you know. We gotta get some abilities under our belt. You know, mana's kind of a problem, but you know, I can create water already, so now I can conjure food as well. Actually, Fire Blast should help quite a bit. So let's go ahead and at least I remember some of my keybinds for these things, you know. Which it's funny how you remember keybinds on classes that you haven't played in literally years. And you're like, oh yeah, I put this on 4, put this on 3, you know. But yeah, so Grumpy, I'm already level 9. Now in vanilla, I would only be around level 5 at the most when I'm done doing the quest in Northshire Valley. I can't wait till I get Blink. Blink is just so much fun. Blink and Sheep, and then we can start PvPing. I don't know if there's PvP on this server. Or like, I don't know if this server has a lot of people or not. It's not like Light Soap servers where if I do /who, it tells me like everybody on the server. It's only telling me people like in the zone, you know, like a normal server. Add-on preferences, weird. So we do have Omni CC and Recount installed. Recounts our damage meter. Omni CC is just our cooldowns. Cooldown monitor. Text shows up text. Let's go ahead and put these on. And that's about it. We've got a whopping 5 silver. We are rich. We are wealthy. Hey, Alex. This is the Burning Crusade Warmain server. So if you go to, let's see, if I open up a browser and type in Warmain, it's the very first link that comes up, www.warmain.com. And it's a Burning Crusade server. I don't think the population is very high, but it's a pretty, you know, I mean, I've only played on it a little bit. I've had it installed for a long time. But now that the Northdale server has gone down, it may still be up at the moment, but it's going to be going down today. I just thought I'd play on here, muck around here a little bit while I'm waiting for Classic to launch on Monday. Kind of get a feel. The leveling is quite a bit quicker. I'm level 9, and normally I should only be level 5. Other than that, it's you know, the damage, obviously they don't hit, the mobs aren't hitting anywhere near as hard. So that's another thing. I'm not going to bother with professions. Man, this guy has more quests than he normally does. Or does he always have this many? I don't know. I thought he said 2, but he's got 3. This is so many quests. Now it doesn't, you know, I don't have Questy installed or anything like that, so we can see the quests and we can track them, but we're not going to see them on the map. You know, so we can track like how much our completion, but we don't, you know, see on the map, which is kind of nice. They lowered the XP requirement to 61 BC when Burning Crusade dropped. Yeah, they did. You know, Burning Crusade is definitely not. Here, let's check. Let's just say we're gonna go Frostbolt, then we're gonna go Fireball, and then we're gonna go Blast. Actually, we'll do one more Frostbolt, and then we'll do our Blast. So there's our rotation, right? We'll do. Let's see, max distance. We're gonna go Frostbolt, Fireball, Frostbolt, and then Fire Blast. That's pretty much your rotation. You want to get the Fireball in there because it does do a little bit more damage, and it's got a damage over time as well. It's not huge, but so that's the rotation right now. 2, 3, 2, 4. This guy's still alive, though. You didn't make your no mage until BC? Yeah, the leveling's a lot faster in BC. It's not like way... I mean, it's... Like I said, I'm currently... And I don't know if this is a accurate representation of Burning Crusade, because this is a private server, but I'm level 9 now, and I really would normally only be level 5 at this point. But it's good, because I really don't want to go through a slow leveling process. I just want to get up and get some of my abilities, maybe see if I can do some PvP or something. We'll find out. Resist. Alright. But I mean, you can see that guy was hitting me a lot, and I still have 81% of my health. So that's, you know, and let's get the enemy bars up. I'd be curious to see if I could find a nameplate add-on for Burning Crusade, like something that more along the lines of either the Shagu nameplates or the Tidy nameplates. Wow, my inventory's full. Didn't I just clear out my inventory like literally like a couple seconds ago? Well, we're gonna have to go back to town. We have 5 silver. I wonder if I could buy a bag. Probably not. But yeah, we can't be doing all these quests with no inventory room, so we're gonna have to go sell all this stuff yet again. And we do have a lot of cloth, so it probably might be a good idea just to run to Stormwind and throw my cloth, you know, throw this cloth in the bank. Or I could just vendor it. Don't really... Man, I'm getting a lot of cloth. That is a lot of cloth. Look how much cloth I have. I'm amazed I have that much. Normally you would not have this much cloth at this point in time. There's no way it would drop that frequently. So even in Burning Crusade, the noobification is what I like to call the noobification of WoW has already begun, making the game easier. Remember, World of Warcraft was originally created to be an accessible MMO. You talk to the original developers, it was created to make the game easier and more accessible to all levels of all players. You know, EverQuest, which people thought, oh, EverQuest is a great game, right? But it still was a grindy, slow leveling game. Let's just sell everything. Even the potions of healing. All we want right now is just hold on to the water. And so when Vanilla came out, Vanilla World of Warcraft, when World of Warcraft came out, it was meant to be a easier experience for MMO players that came from the East, or the East, because Lineage 1, Lineage 2, EverQuest were all very grindy games, but they were popular MMOs. Blizzard wanted to call it something that was a little bit more accessible, easier to get up to speed on. It wasn't so difficult to learn the game. And that's what they did, and it was hugely successful. And then, for whatever reason, for reasons unknown is all I can say, for reasons unknown, they started making the leveling experience easier. Like, they started making things easier. The mobs not hit so hard. The time to do things not take so long. The drop rate for items higher. Everything was all about catering to the player. I didn't say anything, Siri.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat?
I don't know. But everything was really catering to the player, and it was just the beginning of the end for what was already a great game. They didn't need to change the game. They needed to just leave it the fuck alone. I mean, obviously there were changes they can make that would make the game better, some quality of life changes, but we didn't need to add any really fast travel. You know, leaving flying mounts out of the game, I think indefinitely would have been a good thing, or only put them in as a very, 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 very hard to get item, right? I don't have a problem with like horse mounts, but make them very expensive. You know, you have to get, you know, I wouldn't put a level requirement on the horse mount so much. I think if you've leveled a character and you've acquired a lot of wealth and you want to create an alt and give your alt money to have them buy a mount at level 1, I have no problem with that. I think that's all part of having a world that you've developed and progressed your character in. So having a powerful character to help your other lower level characters is something I think you've earned, you know. But just giving people stuff for much, you know, making it so easy and accessible. It just really hurts the game. So Burning Crusade was just the beginning of the end. Even though Burning Crusade, in many people's opinion, and my opinion as well, was probably the best version of World of Warcraft, the leveling in Burning Crusade, at least if this is accurate, which it may not be, this may be like a 2x, I'll have to look. I would guess that this is not accurate, that this is faster than it should be. But I haven't played the original Burning Crusade in so long. Let me do a quick Google and just see. Let's take a look. I'm going to look at the XP rates on Warmain and see if they are like 1x or 2x. So the realm is definitely not 1x. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is on this server, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not Blizz-like. You know, this is a much faster leveling speed than what you would see on the original Burning Crusade server. You like me able to do dailies and get gold? I am not a daily person. I don't like dailies. I don't like that at all. I've never been a fan of repetitive content. I think if you want to make money, why don't you just go out and do dungeons, or you know, and sell stuff, you know, or craft items and sell your crafted items. You know, make your professions. Remember, like in a game like Black Desert, right? In a game like Black Desert, you can raise crops, you can trade with other cities, you can create beer, you can create food. A lot of the things that you do craft, you can sell at that city, or you can go to another area of the world where the economy is different, and maybe they're more like let's say there's a lot of certain types of ore in a certain area of the world. Well, it's easy to mine that ore and sell it at a city right there, and it's not going to be that expensive because you don't have to travel that far. You know, you don't have to travel that far to get it there to sell it. So if you mine all that ore and then go to a much further area into the world where they don't have that type of ore, usually the market economy is going to be in your favor, and you can sell it for a lot higher amount. And that's just, you know, there's a lot of ways that other MMOs have created things you can do to, and I guess you could call that, I mean, you could always call it repetitive content, but a quest is very repetitive. I mean, you know exactly what you're doing. You go into the same area of the world, you're doing the exact same thing, whereas just mining stuff and selling it, I mean, you could sell it anywhere you want. You could sell it in all different types of towns. You can mark up the price any way you want, so one day you might make a lot more than the other. So there's a lot of variation to it. It's not just go here, do this, turn in, get the exact same amount of money. You know what I mean? Like this, normally, like in vanilla, I would be dead here. I'd be like, I'm dead. And I might be dead. Let's find out. Yeah, it looks like I might be. Let's see if I can get my frost armor up. We're at 50% health. Yeah, I think we're pretty much dead. I was really hoping my frost armor would cut up, because if my frost armor came up, I could have cast that. And then if he would hit me, he would, you know, he'd be debuffed, and I could have just walked away and got a little distance on him. So basically, selling my potions of healing was not a good idea. Thanks, Dirts. Yeah, I love Skyrim.
On the web for yellow Skyrim.
I'm not talking. Siri, shut up. Siri's freaking out. I need to disable Siri, apparently. Anyways. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have sold my potions, but I was feeling so powerful. You know, like it was like, this is so easy. There's no way I'm ever going to die. So, and obviously that wasn't the case. I got overconfident. Very easy to do in World of Warcraft. But we're just waiting on Classic. Waiting. It feels like I've been waiting. We've been waiting for years for Classic World of Warcraft, and now these last few days are, man, they're painful. It's really painful. I'm really struggling to be patient and wait, you know. And I've always said, and you guys probably heard me say time and time and again, a World of Warcraft player's best attribute is patience. Patience, my young Padawan. Ah, I see how you are. Alright, let's go ahead and get our craft food out. Conjure food, sorry. And... Alright, let's put our food right here. Huh. I am going to be playing Dirts. I'm going to be playing, believe it or not, a Protection Paladin, which is probably a class that not very many people play in Classic. I'm even going to be leveling Protection, which is not what I would recommend you do. Leveling Protection, leveling an AoE Protection build is something I've done for the past couple, 2 or 3 years, and I really enjoy it. It's just a very fun game style. I'll also be leveling a Priest. So it'll be a Priest and the Protection Paladin, and I'll also be leveling probably a Hunter as well, so I'll be rotating the characters on rest time. So I'll be able to level the 3 characters a lot faster than I could if I just leveled them one at a time, because I'll be utilizing rest time. I really need a wand. But the good thing about leveling up the Protection Paladin is once you get that Paladin to like level 30, you can start, even at level 20, you can start farming stuff because they are very tanky. And you can start farming mobs and different things, and for regions and stuff to help your other characters. It's pretty easy to do, especially when you get to 30 and we start farming dead mines. Then we'll start farming before the entrance dead mines. We'll start making a lot of money. We'll be getting a lot of greens, a lot of ore, a lot of cloth. So it'll help out my priest as far as her, her tailoring and her enchanting will be raised a lot faster by having my paladin AoE farm a lot of the regions that she needs. Now, I will be on a PvE server, which I've played PvP for the past 3 years. The only reason I keep telling this to people, oh, not again. I guess I don't learn because I pulled this guy last time I got 3. Let's get out of here. We don't want to deal with 3 people. The good thing is now we have our frost armor up. So a lot of these people are going to hopefully hit me and get the debuff and be slowed. And there's another chest. There's a lot of chests around here. But look at how easily I'm able to run away from like 5 or 6 mobs and take like basically like no damage. Like 90% of my damage, In vanilla I would have been dead, probably. I'd have been dead. Maybe not. But it would have been a lot, my health would have been a lot lower. Alright, let's go back. I'm going to change the music, actually. Yeah, but I mean, I played on a private vanilla servers past 3 years, and I played PvP servers, and since I play the Paladin, it's on the Alliance side, and the Alliance, unfortunately, most of the people who are hardcore PvPers go Horde, and so if you're on Alliance, you're going to get ganked quite a bit, so that's the reason why I'm going PvE. But I will be playing PvP on a PvP server as well, just kind of in my spare time, which God knows when that'll be, because I know I'll be very busy focusing on the PvE side. I already have an Undead Priest created on Faralina, which is where all the streamers are going to be. Just for fun, just maybe to meet some of the streamers and maybe be a part of some of the events, just for fun, and also hopefully to help my channel. If I can do a few videos of me streaming with some Soda Pop and some of those other guys, it might help my channel grow a little bit, which is also something I'd like to see. I'd like to see my channel grow. I'll be streaming most of the content in Vanilla WoW, like probably almost all of it. When I'm playing, I'm pretty much going to be streaming. I'm going to try to stream everything. You probably won't ever see me playing Classic WoW where I'm not streaming. And if I am, it's just because maybe it's late at night and I'm tired, or maybe I got I got laryngitis or something from streaming so much I can't talk or something like that. I may not stream, but in most cases I will be. This is like almost the exact same stuff I got in the other. Man, so they give out a lot of stuff in these things. What's this worth? Yeah. I wish they'd give me some cloth gear. There is one thing, Grumpy, I don't know if you're still there, but there's one other thing, Grumpy, I thought about getting. There is a dagger at like level, I think it's like right around, it's either 38 or 48, called Julie's Dagger. And that could be a really, really good item for Cute Faith, my Paladin, because it returns health on hit, if has a chance to proc to give me health. And that would really help my AoE leveling build earlier on. So I'm definitely going to be looking to try to acquire Julie's Dagger. And that's something I haven't done in the past. I'm always looking to get, I like the 16 bag. 16 bag is really nice. I also like, what's the Uther's Strength is just a must for the way I play. I got to get Uther's Strength. Trinket, right? But yeah, I would like to get Julie's Dagger early on. I'm hoping somebody in my guild really focuses on their enchanting, gets it up pretty high. That way they can get me eventually give me some life-stealing enchants. Okay, what else? Let's get rid of this. And I started attacking, and I have no mana. No mana. We just need one more gold dust, and... Well, we never did do Investigate Echo Ridge, so let's just dump that one. Yeah, it's... Actually, I think I might have... I don't know if I put a screenshot in the Discord. I don't think I did. But I'm just going to Google it really quick. So let's go Vanilla WoW. Julie's Dagger. Let's just see what level it is. It's actually a really good one for the way I like to play my Paladin. So when I Classic DB, yeah, this one. It is... Oh, it's level 50. So level 50, it's still good. But the thing is, once I get into BRD, there's that healing axe that procs, but this is better. This heals the wielder 78 damage over 12 seconds. Whereas the axe that Cute Faith got out of BRD only heals you for like a chance to proc and heal you for 45. So this heals a lot more, and it's got an attack speed of 1.3, so you're attacking so fast with it. So this is actually probably superior to the axe. It might not do as much damage though as the axe that I get out of BRD. You know what would be really cool and would be if a Paladin could dual wield. Could you imagine a Paladin dual wielding? If I had multiple healing weapons on my Paladin. So you're wearing plate and you have two weapons and each one has a chance to heal you, right? And then you put life stealing on both of them. Now this is something a warrior can do. And that's why way back in the day a warrior soloed Onyxia. Because although I don't know if he was dual wielding, but since you can weapon swap, you can easily, in certain scenarios where you're running low on health, just weapon swap your two healing weapons in place and just start, start healing with your weapons. You could also do it when you're leveling with the warrior because you can hamstring kite. Say you're like almost dead, well you just hamstring him, and in between your auto attack weaving, you're trying to proc the heals on your Julie's Dagger or whatever. So there's a lot of applications for it that are pretty useful. And there we are, level 10, level 10. What are we going to do, Grumpy? What are we going to do? I think we all know what we're going to do. Now, I believe the first thing we'll probably do is increase the casting time of Frostbolt, but I haven't looked at it. It's been so long. Reduce mana cost? No. Increase the armor resistance? Give it no. So the first thing we're doing is, boom, improve Frostbolt. Improve Frostbolt. So now it's 1.4 instead of 1.5. Actually, I can get out of here. I'm already done with all these quests, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so let's make our way back to town. Yeah, I definitely use lifesteal. It's just too powerful, man. Like, you've seen me on my protection paladin. I've got that axe from BRD that has a chance to heal me for I think 40 health, but it also is enchanted with life stealing. So I mean, I'm getting a lot of heals coming back, and also of course I have the Skullflame shield which heals me, and then I judge light which heals me. So you know I'm procking 3 to 6 heals every time I swing my weapon. You know I have a chance to proc anywhere from I have a chance to proc 6 heals every time I attack, basically. Did it feel like that fire blast just did like no damage? Let's just run over here real quick. I want to see if there's some. Yeah, there's some. Let's go ahead and grab these quests real quick. Princess must die. So we're level 10 in 1 hour and 3 minutes, which is pretty bad. I mean, it's for how fast this is leveling. I should be level 10 in like 20 minutes, but I'm being pretty casual. You know me. I don't try to kill myself when I level. We've already got 13 silver, which is way more. So I'm going to say that's probably more than I thought I would have had. Only because there's been so many loot boxes, and we've sold some green items and sold some cloth. I mean, look, I've already got 19 cloth again. So I've already looted like over 60 cloth, which seems a little high for this point in time. Just selling everything. With the rate that things drop, I can easily get more cloth if I ever want to, but... Level 11. Let's see.
Hello. Have a good one. What can I do for you? See you around.
There's another quest in there? What? For what? Is it a cooking quest? Must be upstairs. So there must be a mage trainer upstairs. Let's take a look. There we go, mage trainer. Because we got our level 10 class quest. Oh! Arcane missiles? Where have you been all my life? Conjure food, alright. Frostbolt, yes. Frost armor, yes. Frost Nova, yes. Damn, we get a lot of skills really quick on a mage. Man, a paladin would have taken me another 20 levels before I got that many skills. Or at least another, you wouldn't have that many. Alright, so we got polymorph. And we've got create food rank 2, create water rank 2, right? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Conjure water rank 2. Let's get rid of this water. Let's get rid of this water. We can conjure some real water. And we got Fireball rank 2. And we have Frostball rank 2. And this is already upgraded. And let's fix our key bindings right real quick. I'm gonna have Z and just mouse wheel up. Let's head to Stormwind, turn in a few quests maybe. Actually, nah. You played Dwarf Pally during Vanilla? Hey Peter, how long am I planning to stream today? I don't know. Probably not too long, just because my girlfriend's probably gonna want to do some stuff today for sure. So maybe another hour. Paladin is very slow. The way I level, it takes about 8 or 9 days to 60. And Dwarf Paladin's good. I mean, if you're gonna PvP, you want to pick a Dwarf Paladin. Yeah, Stoneform is way better. If you want to go PvP, I would highly recommend using a Dwarf for your Paladin as opposed to a Human. Dwarf's going to be better. If you're going PvE, you would go Human because of the hammer and sword skills, increased sword and hammer skills. Leveling a Paladin isn't difficult at all because you have healing. You can heal yourself. That's why leveling a Warrior is a lot more difficult, because you have no heals, so you're relying on bandages and potions, so you can die quite a bit. On a Paladin, eventually you get your bubble, you get Hand of Freedom, you get lots of stuff. It's still pretty slow, but it's not that bad. If you go Rat, you could probably level to 60 in 7 days probably. It wouldn't be that difficult. Paladin's good for raid. Holy Paladins are good. The Holy Paladin is the best PvP healer, and in raids, Holy Paladin are very good. Ret Paladin in PvE in raids is okay. It's pretty good, but you have to stack potions for spell damage and physical damage, because you're doing physical damage and you're doing holy damage. So you're gonna have to stack both of those. And there's certain gear you're gonna want to get. You can definitely be top, 5 DPS in your raid if you really know how to play your class. And if you want to look for, tips on how to play a Ret Paladin in a raid environment, I would recommend going to Esfon's YouTube channel, because he does a lot of content around PvE raiding on a Ret Paladin. If you want to go Holy Paladin, I don't really have a recommendation for you. I wouldn't be the person to go to, because I've never healed on a Holy Paladin in a raid environment. I'm just running over here to see if there's any quests I can pick up, because I know there's going to be a few, I think. Sure, quest isn't available yet, I guess. At this point, you're level 11. Excuse me, I'm still sleepy. I got up too early today. You could go over to... we could start doing the quests and head over to Lochmoden, which wouldn't be a bad idea for Mage, because Mage just hit hard enough that they could fly through Lochmoden quests probably pretty fast. Yeah, Mage is going to be the best for farming, for sure. But I would say that after the Mage, that the AoE, that I would say a Paladin would be second best. Because you can just AoE farm. I mean, I can, by level 30, I'm pulling, a lot of mobs. I can kill quite a few mobs. So, but yeah, the Mage is going to be the best. No doubt about that. Oh, we don't have this quest yet. Interesting. It's funny because I'm used to using Questy. That's all good. Remember, when you sheep somebody, their health recovers a lot faster. So you saw there, I sheeped the bear, and then his health, it started to go back really quick. Just playing around with my sheep. I really need a wand, but I'm not sure. I'm sure the wands are going to be probably pretty pricey, if there's any in the auction house. We'll check. All right, Grumpy, you got to get ready for work. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much that's what Paladins do. Except for me. I don't do that. I'm the exception. That's not what I do. I don't level red. I level full prot. Well, I mean, it's a consecration prot build. So you're going to have holy. You're going to have your 11 points in holy, and then the rest are going to be in... Well, not all the rest will be protection. A lot will be in protection. You'll have a few in retribution as well. That's the interesting thing about Vanilla Warcraft. Hey, Dodani. What's up, Rivers? It's Warmain. Just go to warmain.com. That's a Burning Crusade server. Oh man, arcane missiles use a lot of mana. I just blew my whole mana bar in one fight. I definitely thought about doing a retribution build. All right, Grumpy, have a good one, man. I hope work goes okay. I'll see you later. If I see a text, and I don't know, I probably won't be streaming that much today. Not during the day. I need to get out and do some stuff with the girlfriend, with the fiance. But yeah, I looked at Ret. I mean, I wanted to play around with Ret for PvP, but I love Prot so much. I wish there was a way that I could make Prot a little. There is a way you can make Prot more viable as a PvP spec. But you have to be like level 60, and you have to have like really good gear. If you had Thunder Fury, blessed blade of the way. If you got Thunder Fury, you can do it. Oh, resist. Resist again. Wow. I mean, but honestly, if you have Thunder Fury, that'll probably make any build viable. You know what I mean? But if we can get the Engineering Shield from Molten Core, the Force Reactive Disc plus Thunder Fury, that would be, oh my goodness, the amount of AoE damage, right? Would be really sick. Actually, I should be tailoring. I don't know why I shouldn't throw that cloth away. I should go ahead and do tailoring, just so that I can make some of the frost gear, you know. But I'm just killing time until Classic launches on Monday. So I mean, I don't really know how much time I'll put into this mage. I'm just something to do, you know, while we wait. So. Well, we got somebody here who's actually helping me, so this is nice. Did I say thanks? And yeah, I did. Oh, is he gonna kill Hogger for me too? Is that Hogger? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's fix this. This chat window's way too small, so let's move this up. And let's go ahead and drag this out a little bit, and then we're also going to darken it up a little bit so it's more visible, the edges of it, because I hate that I can't see the edges. Lock. Alright. We really need to get a bag, right? We seriously need a bag here. Let's go ahead and see what's in the chests. I should have asked the guy to give me some, you know, if you're going to be killing all these mobs at level 60, why don't you toss me a couple gold? Why don't you toss me a couple gold? That would be very helpful. But it's all good. It was nice of him to jump in group and just basically annihilate all these guys. I got all those quests done about 10 times faster than I would have. You saw it was pretty slow going killing these guys. Like, they kept resisting my sheep. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I think they resisted about 4 or 5 sheeps that I tried. Damn it. Frulency doesn't work. Do they have it in video? Yeah, they do. See, ground clutter. That's why you can't do it in the console. Yeah, we're gonna head over to Stormwind and go ahead and turn in the one quest I think of Stormwind. Maybe check the auction house. If I can find a wand, that would be nice. But I don't think I'll be able to find one for this, you know, for the amount of money I have. Five armor. Ah, damn it! I was hoping I could. I kind of screwed up earlier when I sold all my cloth. I just wasn't thinking I'd be doing anything, but actually crafting some of the frost gear would be very useful. So, but no big deal. It's easy to farm cloth. Haga. On to Stormwind. By the might of Stormwind. You know, the Coca-Cola. Got my blackjack bubblegum. I've already stocked up on quite a bit of Coke for Monday, but I might go out and buy some more. We need to make sure we have plenty of gaming consumables when Monday rolls around. Interesting that when I type roar. Okay, yeah, you always do that when you yell. Couldn't quite remember. Do I not have... Yeah, I do. The apprentice. Get rid of that. Get rid of the apprentice. Shut. You know what's funny is I don't know which server I was on, but I think it might have been... I think it was Lights Out, where I just took off the apprentice item and sold it in the auction house and someone bought it. I'm like, dude, you could just create a character and mail it to yourself and delete your character. Delete the character. I think people were just being silly, you know, like, I'll buy it, I don't care. Yeah, so I haven't seen... This is a problem in this game. See this? I don't know why this is, but... They've put... many times I've been walking across these little ledges and gotten stuck. I've never seen this happen on a server before, but it happens on this server, so that's strange. It's the first time I've seen that happen. This is the Warmain server. www.warmain.com. If you're talking about Classic WoW, I will be on the Westfall PvE server, which is a United States or America's Eastern Time Zone server. Yeah, so this server looks pretty dead. I mean, we got like 5 people in the city. Now, I know the Wrath of the Lich King server is pretty damn crowded. I'm assuming that the auction house is going to be pretty empty. Let's take a look. Let's just do cloth. Oh, actually, it's not bad. There's actually quite a few items here. More than I would have expected. You know. But let's see if we can find a wand. Yeah, see, there's very little wands here, which is not good. Anyways, that's it, guys. I'm probably not... I gotta check with my girlfriend. I don't know when I might stream... this server's so dead that I'll probably just jump over to the Wrath of the Lich King server. Because if I'm going to play anything on a server, I'd rather play on a server that's got some people on it, and this one just seems dead. I mean, even if I do /who... What, there's 2 people in my level range? Here, let's do this. Let's do 60. There, so we've got a whole, like, 1, 2... just got, like, 6 people. One in Stormwind, you know, or near me. That's pretty pathetic, so let me go ahead and really quick. Now, I apologize because when I jump on the Wrath of the Lich King server, the volume is just super loud every time. Even though if I turn it down, it shoots it right back up every time I play the Wrath of the Lich King, so I apologize for the incoming loudness, right?
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
Netherwing, huh? I never played on Netherwing.
My child,
It's weird that it's coming up the
I
stream as a
watched
small
with pride as you grew into a weapon. righteousness.
Weird.
Remember,
The reason it's coming up in that size is because whenever I start the Lich King server, the resolution is messed up. Listen to how loud it is. Here, we'll fix the volume real quick. Seven minutes just to get in. 16 minutes? Nah, man. Anyways, I tried to turn the output volume down, so I hope you guys aren't being killed. I'll fix the resolution here in a minute once I can get in. I've never played on Netherwing, Alex, so I don't really know what Netherwing's like. Is that like an Elysium server? Holy crap. Let's just kill that music real quick. Let's fix this real quick. Man, it always takes like, I always have to like, I don't know why it does this, but let me try it. It always won't set it to the right resolution right away. I have to do something weird, like, let's try this. Like, I have to set it to a different resolution. It's messed up. Atlantis? All right. Atlantis, huh? Well, now this server's not even coming back. This is a problem I've had lately. Whenever I'm streaming, if I try to, like, open up a game, the game just wants to crash. And this game basically just crashed, which it's never done that before. It's so funny. Lately when I stream, everything goes wrong. It's just like hilarious. That's the first time I've ever seen that actually crash, so it's just kind of funny. And it just crashed again. Wow. Story of my life the last few days. Nothing works. I'll check. I don't really. I mean, honestly, I mean, Alex, normally I would, but I'm going to be playing Classic on Monday. So anything I play was just going to be for like literally today and tomorrow. So I'm not really too concerned about it. I don't know what is the deal. Let's try that. There's a trick to getting this to run full wide on mine. Oh, I have to go. There it is. That's what I have to do. I have to go window maximized. If I don't go window maximized, it won't actually work. Now it's still screwed up, so hold on a second. Video, we want to go window maximize. Let's go. Now let's uncheck window and see. Okay, now it's correct. Now I got to go back to video the last time and say window maximized. And now it's finally fixed. Now let's go back to sound. Just knock this all the way down. Maybe we'll do ambience 1, volume 1, 1, 1. Good. Okay, close. All right, finally, we're in Wrath of the Lich King. In the state that I wanted in, right? Ice Crown. And now, as you can see, this server is very populated. A friend of mine plays in this server, and he tried to get me to come into the server and do some raiding. I just never did. But this server is always very, very full. And it's something I've definitely wanted to check out. But they're actually planning on going from TBC to after expansion cycles. That's cool. I think it's always nice when they do progress that way. What do you mean if they... Oh, those are the best servers? Well, yeah, I mean, Northdale went down. I mean, Northdale... Lights, Hope, Vanilla were my favorite vanilla servers. I never played on... You know, I never played on Astarias, so... But... Lights, Hope were pretty good. I never played on Atlantis. I mean, I'm sure they're probably pretty good. I think the one thing with Classic that's kind of disappointing is that the monsters don't hit as hard. The dungeons aren't as difficult as private servers, and that's kind of sucks. But I mean, that's because I believe the private server community kind of, at least the Lights Hope one, they kind of turned up the difficulty a little bit, or they tweaked it a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult. At least that's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know what you can believe. I mean, I played World of Warcraft when it came out in 2004. What was it, November 20th or something? 23rd, 2004. I was there when the gates opened, you know, but it's so long ago, I don't remember how, you know, what it was like. I don't remember the damage they were doing. I mean, I remember kind of leveling. Yeah, I remember leveling the character. And I remember that if I pulled 2 or 3 mobs on like a warrior or a rogue, I mean, I was in trouble. I would die. Those types of things I remember. I remember when I was leveling my hunter and I was in Strangleheart Vale and I got to around level 34 that it really felt like the leveling experience slowed down. So, it was never difficult. I'm not saying it was difficult. I'm just saying I'm just saying it was a lot more difficult than retail. Retail, wow, is ridiculous. If you go to retail, your health never even drops below like 95%. Not until you go into some sort of a raid are you even taking any damage. I mean, you can go into dungeons, 5-man dungeons, and just AoE your way through them and not take any damage. It's ridiculous. They give you quests. I mean, everybody's dropping epic loot. I went into Westfall at level 12, did a quest, and it upgraded, and I got like an epic bracer or something at level 12. Why the fuck am I getting epic loot at level 12? That's just stupid, right? So, yeah, it's just... I mean, I came from Lineage 2. You know, the fastest player, the first player, right? The first player to get to level, what the max level in Lineage 2 was, I don't remember what it was back then. I think it was like, God, so long. I think it was 70 or maybe 65. It might have been 75, 65 or 75. The first player to reach the max level in Lineage 2 took 6 months. 6 fucking months. And that was the fastest leveler. You know, the first person was 6 fucking months. You know, and so I came from that. You know, I came from playing 8 hours and going from level 40 to 40.7. You know what I mean? 40.7 in an hour. Sorry, not 8 hours, in 1 hour. So it would take me like a couple of hours. No, it was 0.1% on my level. So it would take me about 10 hours, anywhere from 7 to 10 hours to go from like 40 to 41. You know, I could go faster than that if I had buffs and if I had certain potions. But just without buffs, without potions, it might take me an hour to go from 40 to 40.1%. You know, so don't talk to me about difficulty. What's up, Lejeune Turk? Yeah, I'm going to play Classic. I'm going to be on the Westfall PvE Eastern Time Zone server in the Americas. I'll be running a guild called the Knights of Faith. It's a guild that I've run in vanilla private servers several times. I think we've got about 20 or 30 people right now. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're going to be Alliance. If I was going to be Horde, I'd probably go on a PvP realm. But since we're Alliance, because I like to play Paladins, I prefer to play PvE. There's so many hardcore Horde PvPers that go Horde, and it just makes it... They'd love to gank and just make leveling a little bit more difficult, which can be a pain. If you're just focusing on PvE raid content, then it's not really, I don't want to deal with that. But I am going to be having a tune on Fairlina. I've got an undead priest that I'll be leveling there just for fun, just to do PvP. And yeah, that's what I'm doing initially. You never know what's going to happen down the road. Hopefully the Classic is successful. and that everybody stays there, you know, stays in it. So I hope. So I'm in 609 in queue. Guys, I'm going to take a little break while I wait for the queue, so I'll leave the stream up, but I'm going to go get a drink and hang out with a girlfriend for a few minutes, okay? I'll be back in a bit. Actually, the girlfriend is fast asleep on the couch, so... Anyways, so, yeah, let me check my Discord server. I'll put a link in the Discord, guys, in the stream if you guys are interested in checking out the Knights of Faith Discord. You won't have any permissions other than the general channel. Anybody who's, of course, is in the guild, obviously is going to have elevated permissions. But I'll go ahead and throw the Discord invite into the stream. If anybody wants to jump in and say hi, you can. Wow, this server must be... It says 578 people in the queue. Very popular server. Almost every time I've come to the server, it's had a queue. It's either had a queue or it's very full. Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of the videos on, you know, a lot of preparatory classic videos, you know, a lot of, like, Punkrat. I like Punkrat's videos. These are pretty good. And, you know, Fairlane is going to have all the streamers on it, so you're going to have the people that want to go play on where the streamers are and the people that don't. I don't want to play there if I'm doing PvE if I'm concerned about rating, I don't want to do a streamer server, but if I'm just want to do PvP for fun, then doing Fairlane is kind of cool because, you know, if you go in there watching some of those big streamers duke it out, because you've got Asmongold on the Alliance, you've got, I know, Soda Poppins on the Horde, and there's channels you can go to see where all the streamers are going. I don't really like any of the streamers. Most of the streamers I don't really like that much. I think most of them are, especially Asmongold, I think he's a total douchebag. But, you know, it's still fun to watch them because they get so into it. They think it's such a big deal. Oh my God, it's like a life and death. I must win this battle versus Asmongold or vice versa. It's just kind of, I mean, and I don't watch other streamers that much. Very rarely do I watch other streamers, but when it comes to World of Warcraft Classic, it's a little bit of an exception. You know, it's like the one game that I've really played a lot, spent a lot of time in, and I really enjoy playing. So of course I will watch some other streamers' content on Classic WoW. Because it's interesting, and plus I learn stuff. You know, I might learn some tips and tricks. I watch videos usually to learn things, and I stream videos. I stream content because I actually want people who are watching my streams to actually give me feedback and say, hey, you know, you're doing this wrong. And I learn a lot from the people that come in and watch the channel. So But yeah, I'll be playing the Paladin. I'll show you the. Let me just for you guys who are interested, I'm actually going to link in the stream. I'll link the guide that one of the guides that I kind of based my Paladin build off a little bit. Let me see if I can find it. I've got it in my Discord. And it's from a forum post on vanillagaming.org. And I wouldn't say that my build is necessarily like this guy's build exactly, but I would just say that this guy's guide is what kind of got me started down the path of trying to do AoE protection Paladin. You know, that guide is what got me started. You know, I love his guide. He's like Whataburger's MLG. What does MLG stand for? I always forget. What is this? What is MLG? I always hear that. What does MLG mean? Major League Gaming? What's the Urban Dictionary? Urban Dictionary for MLG. I'm a noob. I don't know these things. MLG. You what, mate? I'm MLG. Major League Gaming. I'm crap. I'm so freaking MLG, bro. Whatever. It's kind of a stupid acronym, actually. But Major League Gaming Protection Paladin Guide. This guy will cover optimal AoE off-tanking strategies. Anyways, I love how he says, he starts off this guide. He says, vanilla prot paladins will never be able to suitably fill the role of a prot main tank warrior. So and right off the bat, he says that in this guide. And I think he's right. It's almost impossible to fill the need of a main tank in a raid for a lot of the, you know, as a protection paladin. But it's pretty cool. He goes through a lot of stuff in the guide, and I think it's a good guide. And there's other guides out there. Now I've gone through a lot of information on Paladins. It's because this is the class that I enjoy playing a lot. How are we doing on the queue? Wow, this queue is pretty slow. Let's take a look at, let's go to YouTube. And let's stop the music for a second, and I want to show you guys something if I can find it. I'm going to play a video that's actually pretty funny, right? And so hold on a second, because I got to go into my stream here and add another, add a window capture. And we're just going to say, yeah, Chrome, there we go. Now, if you check out, this is Soda Poppin', but it's kind of funny watching him. And I'm not, Soda Poppin's okay. Like I said, I don't watch streamers a lot, but I think this video is pretty funny because you get to see his reaction to first playing Classic WoW. So let's check it out. That's my favorite part, like, is when he goes to play Classic Beta for the first time, he's like, bye, retail. You know, get the fuck out of here. Because most people who play retail, most of the people who came from the original game, the original vanilla World of Warcraft, like me, you know, we hate retail. We hate it. I don't know anybody who played WoW in 2004, you know, day one, who's like, oh yeah, I love the way the game's gone. I love retail. Most people aren't like that. He's like, ah. Chad is so happy. Oh wait, what is this? Oh yeah, they're happy because this is the first time he was able to go into Classic. Like, this is the first time that Soda got back into Classic. I mean, he's played on private servers, but you got to remember the big streamers can't stream private servers because Blizzard was banning them, right? Like, I could do it because I have such a small channel. Nobody knows who I am. And so these guys don't really stream Classic, private servers. So when Classic came out, he was actually able to stream again Classic WoW. I mean, he was pretty happy. And of course, his name is Chance, but Chance, Soda Poppin loves World of Warcraft, the original game. He does. He loves it. And the guy's he's not a huge fan of Soda Poppin, but the one thing I like about him is he loves the game. And when you watch this video, it's kind of fun because you can see how much he loves, classic World of Warcraft. And it's just exciting to see a lot of people who, like me, who love the game, who now we get to come back and play against, the game again that Blizzard's putting out. And so one of the reasons I created that Horde character on Fairlane is because I do want to see these guys kind of go at it. I'm not a fanboy by any stretch of the imagination. Most of the streamers I don't really like, but I do enjoy the theatrics of it. It's like the big battle. This big huge side versus that huge side. The big battle. It's kind of fun to watch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Someone took his name, so he was trying to create Soda Poppin' and someone took it. Someone said S-Fan took it. Yeah, just look at his face. He's getting the feels. He's like, oh, classic. Wow. You could see it. You could just see it. This is me when I'm playing for the first time on Monday. the chat. Everybody's like, oh my God. The Horde. This makes me want to play the Horde. I'm not gonna lie. Makes me want to play the Horde when I watch this. Right? I'm gonna try to talk my friend Bola into going Horde. But I can't because I gotta play a Paladin, so. Yeah, everybody wants instant quest decks. There it is. There, right there. Do not want to read all that. Everybody has. No quest helper. We'll see what he does for his key bindings. Yeah, this is what I do. I actually screenshot my characters a lot of times. My key binding. When I get characters all set up, I screenshot it, and that way, if I create a new character like years later or like, a couple months later, I'll just pull up the screenshot. Like, oh yeah, this is what I got. So now he's going to be looking at a screenshot. This is the bane of streaming, is that you hate to make people wait while you do stuff like setting up keybinds and, you know what I mean? Q. That means he's using A and D to strafe, which I don't. I use Wrath on too, so yep, gotta have auto run. It's gonna be movement keys auto. I use tilt. He uses insert. Ooh. Yeah, you need sticky. It should be under targeting. It's not under targeting? Oh, no, it's interface. It's interface options, combat. There it is, sticky target. Oh, he takes it off. Oh, he takes sticky targeting off. I actually usually turn it on. I wonder why he took it off. Interesting. This is cool. Healing. Oh, 19 with the staff. You gotta love the yeah, his mouse, go to your mouse. Down one. It's mouse sensitivity, not camera. Enable mouse sensitivity. The reason it's so insane is because he has his mouse DPI set so high. So you want to either change your mouse DPI, which he probably doesn't want to do, or you want to enable. You want to go into enable mouse sensitivity and turn it down. So no, it's not that. These guys are stupid. Anyway, so yeah, it's fun to watch someone who really loves the game go back and play it again, and you're gonna see me streaming. I kind of almost wish I hadn't played Classic the last couple years, to be able to come in and play it and be like really excited about it, like, oh my god, but now I've been playing it so much, it doesn't quite have that same impact. But I know I'm still gonna be super excited because it's a Blizzard official server, right? Anyways, I'm just gonna check on the let's check on the queue. So I'm still at 377 position in queue, which is 46 minutes. So let's keep watching Chance. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fast forward. Let's see. I'll show you something that's pretty funny. We're going to go to Soda Pop versus Asmongold Classic, right? And I'll just give you guys an idea, kind of the idea of what you're going to see on Fairlina when all the streamers are there. This is the kind of stuff that's going to happen, where these people are going to go at it. This is the Garibashi arena where obviously you're trying to loot the chest. So people are trying to get in here and kill and loot the chest. So it's always going to spawn. I'm waiting for the queue on Ice Crown on a Wrath of the Lich King server. So while I'm waiting on the queue, I'm just fucking around watching Soda Pop versus Asmongold. Which I don't usually watch these guys, but this is actually a pretty funny video. Actually, I was watching the video of Soda Pop when he first got into Classic WoW for the first time, the beta. It's pretty funny because you can just see the feels. He's like, oh my god. He's like, it's as ugly as I want it to be. You know what I mean? So Boa, just watching him make his his character and go to Thunderbluff, man. Yeah, he ends up losing this. I don't know if was he outnumbered. I didn't see how many people the other person had. This looks like he's just got 3 groups, but I hate Asmongold. I think Asmongold's a douchebag. Soda's okay. I mean, he's kind of a dork, but he doesn't really bother me. Were they all on the same server? So, oh, you mean you talking about Fairlina, or are you talking about this video? Well, I know Asmon and Esfand. Well, Esfand has to be because he's a paladin, and Asmon plays. I think we'll see here what Asmon's playing. I can't remember, but we'll see here in a second. Yeah, they're gonna be. Yeah. I created a tune on Fairlina today, Bola. I created my my Shadow Priest Dark Agony on Fairlina just for fun. I mean, I know I'll play a little bit of PvP on that server just for fun, but yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I was playing a Paladin, I wouldn't even be playing Alliance. I mean, if it wasn't for that fact, if I wasn't playing a Paladin, I'd probably be playing Horde, and I'd probably be on a PvP server. But because I'm playing a Paladin, I have to play Alliance, and because I'm playing Alliance, I don't really want to play PvP because the Alliance just gets shit on in PvP. They did in the past 3 years on private servers, and I'm assuming that most of the people that are playing in Classic, or at least a heavy majority of them, are going to be the same people that we played against the past 3 years on private servers. So. Yeah, you can see he's got an extra group. He's got 4 groups where, in this video anyway, where Soda only had 3. Yeah, Asmon's playing a warrior, it looks like here. But I'm still in queue for Ice Crown. Wrath Lich King server, I've been in queue for the past like 20 minutes, and there's still 300. I'm still position 373. So they're still gonna. Does he always play a warrior? I never watch him, so I don't even know. I've just watched enough of him, and because that I just think he's kind of he says one thing like he'll be like, oh, this is this, and then he makes fun of other games that aren't even out yet. Like he trashes like Pantheon, although I think Pantheon's going down a bad path lately. But he trashes Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, like before when the game was still in like freaking pre-alpha, and he's just kind of he'll say one thing one day and then 3 weeks later say the complete opposite. He contradicts himself. He's just a douchebag. He's like, there's so many people here, but he's got 3 more players than Soda does. Yeah, he's pure clickbait. Yeah, but I don't like the fact that he's doing what I'm doing right now, but I'm only doing it because I'm waiting for a queue. I'm just waiting for the queue on the Lich King server. But all he ever does now is just like take other people's videos and just comment on them, which is kind of bullshit, right? Yeah. Defend with honor. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream for much longer today, Bola, because I think my girlfriend's going to want to do something. And she's going to, I'm off the next, 8 or 9 days. He's like, good. That's how he should be. He's drinking an orange crush. That's some pure sugar. He's such a douchebag. We win. Yeah, Amber. Oh, Amber is gonna be wanting me to do something today too. So she's resting from last night's. Well, my Amber was just sleeping just now. Just woke up and got in the shower. So I think we may run out. I don't know what we're gonna do though. Boys. And there's his reaction. That just shows you how much of a douchebag Asmongold is. Seriously, what a douche. You know. All right, so I've got 9 minutes on my queue. Jeez, man, I've been in queue forever for this server. Oh man. Who had emergency surgery last night? Oh. Oh, really? You can't. Oh, you know why? Really? There's zero sound? Really? Here, can you hear this? Let me know if you can hear that.
Well, I do believe that you just died. Alright.
Well, I had the sound turned down at one point because when I logged on to when I started the Lich King, the Wrath of Lich King server, the sound was so loud I actually turned down my output, my OBS sound. Can you hear? You can hear it now? So you can hear it now? Yeah, if you can hear that now, it's just because I forgot when I turned the sound down on the Lich King server because it was really fucking loud that I forgot to go back and just flip it back up. So.
This is Unfair Mario.
I'm trying to think. This. Where is it? Where is it? Tanking guide. TERA. No, better. Warrior guide. Tail. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I know I'm subscribed to this guy's channel. I was going to show you one of my favorite MMO players. He's a really super skilled player. Just remember what his channel is. Here, Alkalite. This guy is like, I've played MMOs with this guy, and he is seriously skilled. He was actually a Street Fighter. He's won tournaments in Street Fighter, but he plays Dark Souls, and and Sekiro, and he just face rolls most of this content because he's so damn good.
Hey fans, this is
he did this great video here on Action Combat, which is absolutely fantastic. I was a huge fan of TERA. TERA's awesome, but actually watch this video. While I wait for this damn queue to pop. Jesus, still got like probably 20 minutes on
video
this.
about MMO combat mechanics and
Damn
damage
queue.
calculation, which is a funny thing to make a video about, but I'm frankly sick of trying to explain this to people through the means of excessive text, and have them still fail to understand what I'm saying. MMO combat in general is pretty rubbish, but over the last few years there have been some advancements in the fundamental method by which things whack each other in the face in this genre.
The fun part is this is a really cool video, and this is 2013, which is just it's funny that it still actually holds true for a lot of combat in MMOs.
Along with those improvements have come new opportunities for different kinds of gameplay, which otherwise didn't really exist. Unfortunately, the new ideas of that combat gameplay have been mostly ignored or misunderstood by people who continue to play those games as if they were playing World of Warcraft. Now, I understand that MMOs aren't exactly a competitive genre, and improving your own play by fully exploiting the mechanics of a game is a foreign concept to many of these people. But we're missing
He's
out on
bashing
something great,
newbies.
because too many of you only understand how to walk up to a wolf and press 1, 2, 3, 4. The biggest changes that games like TERA, Vindictus, or to some degree Guild Wars 2 have brought to MMO combat are found in the way in which attacks are modelled. how the game determines what's being hit. I'm going to show you this visually using a few different games, and the obvious place to start is with WoW. So here it is.
Wow. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Buttons to deal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not a complicated process, and it isn't very complicated behind the scenes either.
Nope.
To use a targeted ability, I select a mob, and I press a button like this. Now, the moment I press this button, my client checks my range to the target, and if I'm within the required distance, it sends that input to the server, which checks the same. It then applies damage to the target. Now, the astute among you may have noticed that my character hasn't even swung a weapon yet, but that's okay, because the swing of a weapon really doesn't have anything to do with dealing damage in Warcraft.
Nope.
This damage calculation is immediate. And
He's not even facing. Watch, he's not even facing the target.
Bit of feedback that occurs afterwards. Notice, of course, that the weapon of my character also doesn't come anywhere close to the target. I wave it meekly in the air within the general vicinity.
Look at that. His weapon's not even hitting the target.
Like Cone of Cold, which do not require a target. The server immediately decides what's in the area at the point when the button's pressed, applies damage, and then an animation is played afterwards, which may or may not come anywhere.
See that?
close to the target.
He's shooting Cone of Cold the wrong direction.
Of course, the same applies to mob attacks. While mob white damage has an animation, if you ever see this animation play, it means you've already been hit.
You've already been hit, yep.
Mobs will continuously attack anything within their attack radius, no matter how you move around, regardless of where their little animated pincers appear to be swinging. So why does attacking in Warcraft still feel solid and satisfying when your character isn't really ever hitting anything?
Nope. You're just swinging in the air.
Satisfaction comes from feedback, and the feedback WoW offers comes in the form of solid sound effects and big obvious damage numbers on the user interface. When you throw an attack out in Warcraft, you don't look at the attack itself, you're not watching the animation, you wait to see the big crit damage number pop up. Now, you could argue that this is just a cosmetic issue and the gameplay isn't really impacted by these mechanics, but more recent games which change this method of hit detection have offered significantly different gameplay precisely because they do all of this.
WoW's combat sucks.
So moving slightly up in the
Unfortunately.
now, here's
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2 features tab targeting, and most targeted attacks will automatically face and follow your target, which sounds a lot like Warcraft, but here are some differences. Firstly, both the mob and most player attacks do not instantly calculate damage at the point they are used. Even for melee attacks, pressing the button only starts an animation, which will eventually deal damage if, and only if, there is something in the area when the animation completes. This is a massive deal, because it means firstly that you can see incoming attacks, even melee attacks, before they connect, and secondly it means that if you are moving and leave the damage area after an attack has begun, it won't connect. You might compare this to a casted area damage effect in Warcraft, like a flame strike, which has a casting animation and can be avoided by leaving the area, but this mechanic is practically untouched in WoW and of no consequence in PvP at all. In Guild Wars 2, their animations and damage calculation mean that just about everything works in that fashion. And so it can be
Hitting the deer.
or dodged on reaction using a
This
bundle.
tree is actually hitting the
This
deer.
even applies to mob base attacks, so you can strafe out the way of a mob swing. WoW doesn't have an invulnerable dodge roll.
Nope.
But if it did, then it still wouldn't play anything like Guild Wars 2. The main difference is not the availability of a dodge button, but the fact that you can see the incoming attack before it hits you, which allows you to do something about it. You're able to react because the animations are actual startup times for the attack, and not just the cosmetic that's thrown on afterwards.
Yep.
In Warcraft, many or most of your abilities are instant and allow you to strafe around and jump all over the place while you press buttons. People consider this exciting and free. They say it's fun to be mobile and complain about games which work differently. And yet in Warcraft, this movement is almost entirely meaningless.
It's meaningless,
as
yeah.
everything still hits you anyway. Any
Yeah.
movement that isn't taking you out of raiding fire or behind a pillar in an arena is pretty much just cosmetic fluff to make you feel better. However, in Guild Wars, strafing around mobs in a circle while you beat on them actually avoids mob damage. Suddenly there's a difference between the guy bouncing around with full key bindings and a clicker just standing there on an open world mob. Okay, admittedly, open world leveling in Guild Wars 2 was trivial and boring, and turned into large scale public
It
event
is.
farming for money. Their decision to drop the class truancy worked out poorly for them, and their dungeon PvE encounters were bad. But those are not problems created by their way of calculating damage. And finally, at the extreme opposite end of the scale to Warcraft,
TERA.
TERA. Wait, let me find that rogue melee clip again because I want to put these side by side.
This is awesome. Check this out.
Wet fish.
Wet fish. Boom.
Damn, do I even need to comment on that? So yeah, this is what it looks like when, instead of a big number for a crit on your user interface, you do combat feedback through the animation of hitting something really hard in the face with a giant hammer.
Well, and the difference here with TERA is that is that when you look at this animal here in front of this Ellen, the combat damage is calculated on. There's actually a really good diagram out there that I have, but it's basically there's hitboxes attached to this animal. There's one, you see his right shoulder. There's going to be a hitbox attached to that. There's going to be a hitbox attached to his back right thigh. The middle section, like between his shoulder and his back thigh, you could hit him there, but it's going to be a little bit further in. It's going to be a little bit harder to hit. And of course, there's going to be a hitbox on his head. Well, if you hit like a bit like she swung her hammer on the ground, well, it has a little bit of an AoE effect because it's such a big hammer and does such a big splash damage. It has a little bit of splash damage. So if that splash damage makes contact with one of those hitboxes, it will do damage. But the other thing that's even better about TERA is actually where you hit the mob comes into play, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on this, but where you hit the mob does going to have some kind of an effect on damage. Definitely if you're hitting the mob from behind, because you have a chance to do more damage if you hit from behind. You have a higher degree of chancing of critting. And if you have certain crystals, you can do more damage when you're hitting them off from behind. So there's a lot of interesting things, and you really have to take into account the arc of your weapon, like the where it's swinging. Does the weapon have splash damage, and where does it make contact with the enemy's hitboxes? And so you can strafe and move around mobs and not even be really facing them, but because you're swinging your weapons in big arcs, you're still hitting the mob. And that's something in TERA that's really, really, once you understand how it all works, you can do a lot of damage in groups and dungeons and raids without getting really too close to the mob or without getting yourself in a situation where the mob can hit you. You really don't want to stand in front of mobs hardly ever. There's really no reason to ever stand in front of a mob in TERA. But the action combat system in TERA was actually really revolutionary. I think when it came out, there really weren't any games that were doing combat quite the way they did. There were games that were similar, but TERA's combat system when it first came out, and still to this day, is a really, really, really good combat system. My favorite combat system is Black Desert, but TERA would probably be almost my second favorite one. A lot of people don't like TERA because they feel like they can't move. And yes, you are locked into animations. It has animation locking, so like once you start an animation, you may not be able to move until that animation finishes, but you can cancel out of those animations doing like your evasion rolls, dodge rolls, blinks, whatever. And then some of the abilities you have, you can move while you're executing them, and you can actually slot different talents that actually allows you to move even more or move. It allows you to move. Like for the Berserker or whatever it's called, they have a big strike. That's what the class he's playing right now is like a Berserker. I can't remember if that's the right name, but it's one of her abilities. Like she has to stand still, but you can actually use talents and put points into the talent tree that will actually free that up and allow you to move. So.
But I never got around to logging one on.
But this guy, and he runs by the name Teo in the games a lot of times, is probably the best player I've ever seen as far as his skill with quick twitch reflexes and his ability to evade attacks. And you'll see it when he plays games like Sekiro, when he plays a game like Dark Souls. He does boss encounters where he doesn't even get hit, or he'll just he's just ridiculously good. He does hard mode tanking on a warrior in TERA before they added Resolve, and it was all about just dodging and evading. And I've seen him go through 10 minutes against a hard mode boss and not even get hit once. It's absolutely amazing.
That's the cosmetic difference, and I really want to talk about the gameplay differences. I'm just making a note that TERA feels satisfying in a way that you could never achieve with the WoW method of doing damage calculation, which happens to be the same way that the Old Republic works, Rift, Ion...
Anyways, still waiting for the cube.
Wishy-washy shit for far too long.
On Wrath of the Lich King.
It's exciting that we might finally be seeing a shift in the way this is done in MMOs. So, what is it that makes TERA work differently to those games and feel so much better? Well, if you say the graphics, you're wrong. This isn't purely a cosmetic difference.
No.
The feeling of fully connecting with your attacks is down to a couple of differences in the gameplay, which separate TERA from Guild Wars. Firstly, TERA goes much further when it comes to calculating where attacks deal damage.
Mm-hmm.
While Guild Wars 2 mainly handles damage as an area cone in front of the mob, TERA has very tight hitboxes for every attack, which accurately represent the business end of a weapon as it moves through the world. In TERA, if an attack looks like it missed you, then it almost certainly did miss you. Of course, this means that for regular-sized mobs, attacks usually only deal damage in a very small area.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're freely running and strafing around, it's often very easy to avoid these small mob attacks. The other difference over Guild Wars 2 then is that your character's movement is locked into an animation whenever you perform an attack. You cannot strafe while swinging. This is a real point of contention, and a lot of people complain about this before they fully explore the gameplay, because they approach the game as if it were Warcraft, walking up to mobs, looking them in the face and pressing 1, 2, 3. Then they complain that they can't strafe and jump as they do it. To people who think this way, I have to demonstrate something. In TERA, your movement is locked to an attack animation, but this is not the same as being rooted. Far from it, in fact. For some classes, you have quite extreme amounts of movement baked into those animations.
He's really bad at the game, relies on having, like...
It's different for every attack. So some attacks are very slow and quite stationary. Others dash forwards very quickly, recover fast, and there are 2 animation stages, allowing you to change direction between those attacks.
Yeah, I've never watched him play.
With the movement of your attacks, you should realise something. Not only are mob attacks very accurate.
I've never really watched Asmund play, so I've heard that he's not very good, though.
Models are moving hitbox, so are your own swings. Now, TERA has no real targeting system in the way that WoW or Guild Wars 2 has. There's nothing that forces you to use your attacks directly at a mob. The WoW player might see this game as a similar MMO where they just point their crosshair at a mob and press buttons, but an experienced player in TERA can use the different hitboxes and movement of their attacks to deal damage while they move around in the fight. Not only is this combat not stationary, I'd describe this as far more mobile combat than the Warcraft mod, because all of this movement is actually important.
Are you awake now?
Very important. When the accurate attack hitboxes mean
The girlfriend awakes from her long nap.
cause an attack to miss you completely. To show how these abilities are used situationally, let's have an example.
Look at first of all, let's look at that though. Go back and look at this crab here. It's like crazy. What's up, man?
Show how these abilities
Look at this. Look when he hits the ground, how much animation there is around that. I mean, that is a devastating. If you're under that crab when he lands, it will almost one-shot you. It's actually quite difficult.
Let's have an example.
And if you do a search on my channel, you'll find that I've got some videos of me killing these crabs, and it's actually quite fun. I was doing one when I think I was like level 28 trying to kill a 32 crab. Very difficult in TERA to kill a mob that's 4 levels above you. Very difficult, especially a mob like the crabs that actually do high damage.
This mob is about to do a front melee swing. I can see the start of the telegraphed animation, so what are my options? If I'm a WoW player, then I shall stand here and press
Hey, Cyrus,
buttons,
come
which
here.
will result in me getting hit
Look,
in
kitty.
the face and knocked over.
Oh, the kitty's
I
here.
could stop attacking and move.
Hello,
out of the way,
Cyrus.
But in this case, I probably wouldn't make it. I could use an invulnerable dodge time to go through the attack, which is safe, but my dodge is a cooldown, and I'm vulnerable during the recovery. Dodging also stops my damage output, so instead, how about I do this?
Just move to the side.
I have an attack which moves me forwards very quickly and slashes to
He
my
used
side
Righteous
as I
Fury.
move. So I
Used
simply
Righteous
use this
Fury.
ability aimed to my right hand side,
Yep.
which moves me out of the way while damaging the mob. This ability can be cancelled into a second swing, which allows me to change my direction, so I use the second part of the animation back towards the mob after I avoid the attack. Now here's a mob telegraph for a forwards charging attack that will go past me. So how about I leap out of the way to the side of the mob and then cancel it into a high damage attack aimed forwards, so I travel along the side of the mob as it passes me, hitting it in the side.
Yeah.
Wide mob attack, how about I use pounds backwards and then go back in again?
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, these are all different ways. He's showing you how to avoid in TERA, which are all
Only a
most.
few of my abilities have enough movement to get me out.
It's really interesting. Most players don't really understand. Well, in the beginning of TERA, anyway, they really didn't understand how the warrior worked. And I was one of the best warriors in the U.S. and he's really explaining all the stuff that you kind of learn as you play. But a lot of people never learn it. They don't understand how the hitboxes work and how the movements work. But
Out of the way of each attack. And they're not necessarily my hardest hitting attacks, so the decision of which button to use depends on where I am.
He's going
which
to
size the
enrage.
incoming attack is and how much time I have. By making the incoming
He's
damage
gonna
that you
stomp.
depend on your
There
position
he
in
goes.
every single incoming swing, and then by making movement a special property of each of your attacks, where different attacks move in different ways, TERA
You're gonna
forces
jump.
the player to make decisions constantly about which ability they want to use. That decision depends on where the player is and what the mob is doing. In other words, what TERA manages to do is completely kill off the idea of two separate.
So you can kind of see that he's kind of he's a little bit of a TERA fanboy. Because when he made this video, TERA had came out in around 2013, I think. So he was really big into TERA. So was I. So a little bit of a fanboyism going here on TERA. But TERA combat at that time was just so far ahead of most games.
Games that rarely interact with each other. You move out
Now here he's looking at Vindictus. This is Vindictus, which is another
fire
good
a
combat
one-handed
system.
strafe kick, while you perform the same sort of damage rotation that you'd otherwise be doing on a dummy. Maybe you have a couple of different abilities that you use only while moving and do a cast when you stop, but ultimately your choice of button has very little to do with what is happening in the fight. By changing that concept around, games like TERA, Vindictus or Dragon Nest manage not only to provide gameplay that feels more solid and is visually more appealing, they also finally remove the need for the damage rotation as a centerpiece of MMO combat.
Yep.
No longer do fights have to be described as do your target doing rotation while not standing in the fire, and I would be very happy if I never play that type of game again. So let's have more of this sort of thing, eh?
Yeah, he's a excellent player, and that actually I've always found that video to be just a lot of times people when Action Combat first came out, people didn't understand Action Combat. I would just say go watch this video because I mean really it comes and as someone who wants to make my own video game, you know, the hitboxes, how combat works, how it calculates the numbers and the damage is all extremely, you know, obviously really important. It's not that complicated, really. You know, creating the hitboxes. Remember, the weapons are going to have hitboxes too. So every weapon you have, when it swings through the air, is also going to have hitbox. And when that hitbox collides with the hitbox in the enemy, that's when you have to calculate the damage. Come on, get off, Osiris. Get off. He's trying to climb across the table, and I'm like, move your butt. All right, we are still 7 minutes in queue. So if we were to go to my channel, right? And let's watch me get my butt whooped. How about that, guys? Let's watch Caffeine Injected get his ass whooped. Idea for search for TERA. Here's me taking a 30 crap. No. I was looking for. There's one where I get my butt whooped pretty good. TERA nerf. This is where they actually nerfed the content, and that's when the game kind of really went downhill. What are you doing, kitty? Come on. This is back when I had Bandicam, the free version, so it only recorded for 10 minutes before the version would stop recording. And actually what's funny is at the end of this video, I get out of, it's really funny, I get out of sync and I actually get hit twice and almost killed. And so I have like very little health right when the video cuts off. And people probably always think he rage quit, but I didn't. The video stopped at 10 minutes. I actually ended up winning the fight, but it's kind of funny. But it shows you, now I'm taking on the level 32 crab, which is, for me, I'm only 28, so he's 4 levels above me. So he's going to be red. See the text above his name is bright red. So this is a very, very difficult fight because anytime, I mean, he can basically one-shot me. If he jumps in the air and lands on me, it can almost just one-shot me. And any hit he hits me with, it could do quite a bit of damage. Also, when I made this video, I had been out of TERA for a little while, so I'm being overly cautious because I really didn't want to die. So I'm actually, you can see I'm a little tentative. When you play a lot of these games, these action combat games, and you get really, really good, you get less and less cautious and you're more aggressive. And of course, your DPS output's going to go higher. He's going to jump. And so I just basically walk away. Yeah, the old sideways walk. The spin. What's bad about the walk like that is if he hits you, he stuns you and knocks you down, so you can just basically get trampled. And of course, when they turn red, they go into enrage mode and do way more damage. There, he got me. There he actually hit me with his sideways walk. He's going enraged. He's going to shoot out at the ground. Now, what's funny is at some point in this video, I realized I don't have my warrior buff up, which is like a big noob move. It's just something that you would always have up. It helps you do more damage, and it's pretty funny. The other thing that's unique to TERA is in the middle of a combat, you can walk off to a corner, drop a campfire, eat some buff food in the middle of combat, because it's just the way it works. You know, a mob might be going through different animations, and you can just run away to some distance, throw down a campfire, throw some buff in there that'll buff you, and then go re-engage. Now, if you stay disengaged from a fight for too long, the mob will reset. He got me there. I jumped out, but he still clipped me. At this point, I was waiting to go out of combat. So what I did there was if you stay away and don't do any, if you stay away and don't do anything for a certain amount of seconds, you'll come out of combat. And I was able to just come out of combat and do a bandage. That's again unique to TERA. And I was able to apply a bandage to heal me and then go back into combat. The other thing that's interesting to note is out of all this, I've been fighting them off for 3 minutes and 49 seconds, and he's still at like 70, if I'm reading that right, like 76% health. Now, if you watch that, that's actually pretty interesting. The other thing about TERA is every combat is situational. He double red-eyed there. Was his eyes turn red, which means he's going to do a big swinging swipe with his claws. He did 2 in a row, so it's very random. It's not always going to be consistent. In that case, I avoided both of them. But the thing with action combat games like this, you only have so many skills that you can use, and they go on cooldown. But there, I was able to just double. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at it again. Now watch. He's going to. He does that. He winds up. He kind of turns to his right, and then he's going to swing back to his left. You can see I've already jumped into the air doing DFA, Death from Above. And now I can see he's building up to do it again. And at that point, I did a... trying to think of that. This is just a dodge roll? I can't... yeah, it was just a dodge roll. So I did Death from Above and then a dodge roll. But newer players would have easily got hit by that because they wouldn't expect him to double up on that move. And there's another one. But just to show you how much damage he does, you go to the end of this fight. Let's check the... yeah, I'm still 9 minutes on the queue. So here's where I think I realized my buff wasn't up. Let's see. Oh, I summoned my little shadow. So what I did here is I summoned my shadow demon to actually fight him. So he's fighting a copy of myself. I realized I didn't have my buff up, so I throw down my campfire, right? I throw down my campfire and I throw in some buffs. Yeah, I'm just waiting for these buffs to trigger on me. So, but what happened is by doing that, just getting out of combat and throwing down the campfire and buffing myself, it threw off my timing. So, like, I went like 8 minutes of fighting and only getting hit a few times, and then I come do this, and my timing just gets off for some reason. It gets off, and I get hit like immediately twice, and I almost die. It's really funny. Boom! He hit me there. Hit me there. So you can see I'm less than half health. I avoided that blow. Now he's gonna jump, and I mistime my leap. I leap too soon, so I actually land just before he lands, and you can see how much damage he did to me here. I was like 40% health, and he knocked me down to maybe 1 or 2% health. 2%, I'm not sure. Look at my health. The funny part is I do survive. Actually, the video just ran out of time right there, but I actually do survive that, so it's pretty funny. I just took a healing potion, and I survived. But TERA, yeah, it was a super, super fun game. So everybody's left, as I talked about TERA. They're like, I'm out of here. So Bola, if you're still there, could I convince you to go Horde? Bola, you still there? I want to go Horde. I'm just kidding. I can't go Horde because then I wouldn't be able to play a Paladin, right? What am I going to do? You know? Wow, man. So the Ice Crown queue. Man, this long server queue. Anyways, guys, I'll probably just probably stop the stream here, and I'm going to wait on this Ice Crown queue and create a character, and I guess check in with the girlfriend, see what she wants to do. If she's fine with me streaming a little bit longer, maybe I'll stream the Lich King, but I'm actually kind of getting hungry. I may head out and maybe we'll go out and get a beer, get something to eat. And but we'll see. Anyway, so I'll stop the stream here. But yeah, I guess Bola left. There just isn't a whole lot to do until Classic WoW launches. I really don't want to spend too much time playing like a vanilla server. And but I think I'll check out the Lich King server just a little bit, see if I can get myself to the point where I can actually create a Death Knight. But I don't know if they have the restriction where I have to level a character to, I think, 40 first, or maybe even 50 first, before I can actually create a Death Knight. All right, guys, I'm going to check out for now, and I hope everybody's having a great Saturday, and I will see you again pretty soon. Peace out.